Oh, I didn't cut the music on. I'm like an idiot. Okay, everyone, it's time to hide the kids, Hide the wives, hide the husbands, grandmas, grandpas, aunts, and uncles. Get your snacks, get your drinks, and we're going live after the song.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad. I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad. Doing no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad. Yeah. Baby, I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad. Shit on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact. Give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious. I'ma go cause something, can't stop this. I'ma steal everybody's lane, call it shoplift. Sick of hearing everyone complain when they thought of this. Taste the pain, it's like candy canes. It makes me go change into a better frame, into a better name. Society's insane, we all live for fame. Yeah. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad. I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad. Do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad. Baby, I'm bad. I got cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
What is up, everybody? Scarlett, thank you for the 20 for smokes. As high as they're going, that'll probably be one pack here soon. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? I was sick last week. I got a stomach bug. Oh my God. And then it got to a point that after I got sick, I was sore and I was like, I don't want to do nothing. Got behind on housework and yeah, so this is a flannel that I bought for my husband and ended up being too small because his shoulders are too wide, so I stole it. So how are we doing? How's everybody doing? I haven't seen y'all in a week. Some of y'all been acting up on Twitter. I see everything you do. I'm just saying. Yes, Amber, I'm better now. I see everything y'all do. Y'all been acting up on Twitter. Y'all been acting up in live chats. I may not have been speaking in them, but I see everything you do. Yeah, Skip, I've been kind of worried about you, Skip, because you've been kind of good out here on these internet streets. Are you about to do something really nefarious or something? Do I need to worry? You've been way too good lately. That's not the Skip I know and love. You've even been nice to me in DMs. I haven't gotten a middle finger from you for like a week and a half. Billy Jones with the $49.99. Money for a gallon of gas. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth, Billy? Thank you for the $49.99. I appreciate it. Oh, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do. Oh, maybe that's what it is. Maybe Skip's charging up for the finishing blow. She's like, I'm going to end Xylie. It's going to be done. What did Advent say? No Man's Sky has her eyes. Yes, I know. Yeah, so my Xbox decided to all my games not work, so I had to get rid of all of them, and I'm going to have to download them all again. Yeah, the gas is... I just don't have a Sam's Club membership. We're supposed to get one, though. We're going to have to. We're going to have to start buying some crap in bulk. But then again, I don't know. Groceries going to be a little bit cheaper because the husband's going to start doing the planned meals again. Hey, girl, come here. All right, this is y'all's one chance to see her. Hold on. Come here. Come here. Come here, fat girl. Oh, God. Oh, God, you're fat. You're heavy as a bit. You know how heavy you are? You're fat, girl. Look this way. Look that way. Yes. Oh, wait, they can't see you. Look that way. No, stop being okay, that's it. Ah, hush up. Hush. Hey. Look. Look at everybody. Tell everybody hi. Why are you being so grumpy? You always so grumpy with Mama. Yeah, my fat baby. Ugh. Don't fat shame the cat. She knows she's fat. Don't worry, I wouldn't be... Listen. If we were starving, we still wouldn't be able to eat her because she's spoiled as all hell. Spoiled. Oh, she went in the other room. She says, fuck Mom. I feel you might switch it to... Oh, well, I eat rice anyway. Oh my God, Amber Chick, I'm sorry your Xbox has the bubble guts apparently. That's awful. Amber Chick, shut up. Oh my God, she looks just like you. No, that would be Edna, because Edna has the rustin' bitch face, just like me. I saw Tia in here. Oh, hey, how you doing, Tia? She's just a little chubby. No, she's fat. Let's be honest about the situation. Penelope is fat. There's nothing wrong with being fat. We don't fat shame around here. If you're fat, you're fat. She knows she thick. She knows she cute. Just saying. My cat always wants me to snuggle him. He can stay in my arms for a whole day. Not mine. Penelope only wants to be loved when she wants to be loved. Edna only wants to be loved because she wants water. And Pumpkin doesn't love me when her dad's around. But when her dad's not around, then she loves me. I was trying to show some empathy, ma'am. My quality team says I'm horrible and need practice at it. Your quality team is not far off. Not far off. Alright, so, Alright, so I found this channel. I've never seen this channel before, called, I hate the way they have it now. I hate this. Alright, called PATRICKCC. It's got 787,000 subscribers. I have been binge watching their stuff. It's really good. They, here, I'll just show you. Hold on. And then I'll just click on it. Okay, we can do that way. But like how Zack and Cody escaped, Downward Spiral, Strange Disappearance of Mario Judah. They got a bunch of good videos on here, and I like the way he presents them. The Dark Reality of Drake and Josh, and just a whole bunch of other videos. They're actually really good. So, I like them. And this Miley Cyrus one actually was really interesting to me. Plus, I love Miley Cyrus. That's my girl. So, we're going to watch it. And it's not long, so it's only 15 minutes long, so I'm not even going to speed it up. So, let me know if y'all are ready. One in the chat, so y'all are ready. I don't even know who the Sprouse brothers are. Moonhag's like, yes, we love Xylie. I know Skip loves Xylie. I mean, Xylie. Oh my God. Miley. Oh, the twins. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was a good video. I recommend, subscribing to this channel. You know me, I'll put the video down below so you can subscribe from there. Alright, awesome. Alright, and let's go.
Miley Cyrus. Literally, they owned her name. From 2006 to 2011, we all witnessed what could be considered the greatest Disney Channel show of all time. Most of us look back on the show as nostalgic, fun, and overall positive. However,
honestly, not me, because I'm way too old. I never even watched the show, because I'm too old. I'm just saying. I heard about it, but I'm too old.
Miley does not have the same feeling.
Shut up,
She
Skip.
was the lowest paid cast member. She was working 12-hour shifts.
How was she the lowest? Okay, first of all, I gotta say this. How, as the star of the show, was she the lowest paid cast member of the whole fucking cast? I'm just saying. The girl had to turn around and put on a wig, play two characters, playing one character or whatever, and she was the lowest paid person on that show. I'm just saying.
Shifts and was dealing with an identity crisis all throughout her teenage years. We've seen a number of child stars spiral out of control, and it seems like Miley was heading that way in the early 2010s. Or maybe her wild phase was all planned. Disney had an insane amount of power and control over the young girl. Instead of rolling over and dying, Miley decided she was going to fight the conglomeration. She was going to take back what was rightfully hers, and make Disney want nothing to do with her. Stay hydrated. Miley's birth name was actually Destiny Hope Cyrus. Her parents would call her Smiley growing up, which ultimately...
And I know her mother, not her mother-in-law, her godmother is Dolly Parton. Another wonderful lady. Okay, yeah, I get who they are now, everybody. I get who they are now. Let's stay on subject. I have the most ADHD audience ever. I love it. I'm ADHD too. But we're talking about Miley now.
Miley got shortened to Miley. Throughout the 90s and early 2000s, her father toured the world singing his country music anthems. In 2001, he landed his own TV drama and family show called Doc. Miley,
Which that show sucked. That show was horrible.
was 9 at the time and realized her new passion was acting. She made her acting debut as Kylie on Doc and was instantly hooked.
Ezra, you need to check your volume. Your volume is always off. Like, you can never hear anything, girl.
She had another small role as Ruthie in the film Big Fish, but when the opportunity for Hannah Montana presented itself, Miley was fixated on landing that role. Hannah Montana was a new Disney Channel show about a teenage girl who lived a double life as a famous pop star. Michael Poiriers was the writer and producer for Hannah Montana. He had the show idea years before it ever came to TV. They had seen over 1,000 kids audition for the roles and still could not decide who was right for it. Miley's first audition was when she was 11 years old in 2002. She
was such a cute little kid. Miley Cyrus was such a cute little kid. Like, she was adorable when she was a kid. Ugh, don't remind me of the achy breaky heart era of Billy Ray Cyrus. Oh my God. That brings me back some terrible memories. I'm just saying. Oh.
Auditioned for the role of the best friend, but then was encouraged to go for the lead since she was a very talented singer. So she sent in another audition, and another. Ultimately, the show producers knew that they had to see her in person if they wanted to make a decision. She flew in and killed it. Her raspy voice, confidence, and true southern twang was exactly what Disney needed. Miley didn't just embody the character they wrote, she was her. Miley was a small town girl from Tennessee who went to school and had a big family. Her dad was a famous musician, and she was a very talented singer. She had always dreamed of being like her dad to some degree, but always loved her friends and life in the country. She fit the role so well they even casted her father Billy to play as her dad on the show, as they had a father-daughter bond so real it could not be recreated.
And that's where Cody Brown, sorry, hate to put genres into each other, but that's where Cody Brown figured how he wanted his haircut. Look, that looks just like Cody Brown. Just saying.
To play as her dad on the show, as they had a father-daughter bond so real it could not be recreated. They actually changed the lead character's name from Chloe Stewart to Miley Stewart because they couldn't separate the character from the real person. The show aired in March 2006 to 5.4 million viewers, the highest TV show premiere in Disney history at this point. Then they would average about 3.5 million viewers per episode every week. It was the most popular kids show on TV. She immediately became a megastar, both literally and on the show. Miley was living her biggest dreams. She was on Disney. Her parents were happy, and everything was sunshine and rainbows. However, there was a lot of new pressure. Miley went from being an aspiring actress to 12-hour workdays, recording studios, live performances, and doing her schooling on set. Miley probably had a hard time trying to balance schoolwork and acting. If she had Grammarly, her workflow would have been way more efficient.
Ha! I love how he just threw in the ad like that. That was amazing. Good job. Hold on. Let's get back to her. And there. We'll go here.
When she would put on the Hannah Montana wig, the response was way different. "Where's Hannah?" Fans would scream to her when they see her in real life. Like, what? I'm Hannah.
Yes, Cody from Sister Wives.
Wait, no, I'm Miley. But they don't care about me as much. When I throw on the wig, they love me. Miley's mother, Tish, who was her manager, didn't realize how quickly a mega corporation like Disney could take advantage of a child. They didn't even negotiate her salary, which is rumored to be about $15,000 per episode. Apparently, this was lower than some of her co-stars. They kind of just went with the motions. Billy Ray had a resurgence in fame. He was doing shows and selling albums. Miley was getting her little paychecks, so everything seemed to be good. But at some point, they realized they were getting way less than what they were legally entitled to, and Miley said her mother, quote, "hired smart people to protect me in that way." In a 2016 interview with Elle, Miley said, "I didn't know any better. My name was Miley on the show, but I didn't own my name. We didn't think about that." January of 2008, Destiny Hope Cyrus legally changed her name to Miley Ray Cyrus. When it was reported, she just said Miley was the name she identified with since a very young age, plus being known as Miley to the world because...
And you're going to see how smart she was by doing that. You're going to see how smart she was by doing that.
of her show, it only made sense. While those things are definitely true, the little hint, "we didn't think about that," made me want to go deeper and speculate further. I think there might be a deeper and maybe more complicated reason why Miley changed her name. Nobody knew Hannah Montana would be an overnight sensation, but they were aware of the potential it had. I'm talking commercial potential. Money, baby. And remember, they spent years going through thousands of auditions to get the right person, just in case it took off. In my Disney Popstar Factory video, I highlighted the machine that Disney built with Lizzie McGuire, the Cheetah Girls, Hannah Montana, and others.
Okay, now, look at all, just as a preface to what he's going to say and explain, okay? If you look at all these girls, except for maybe the Cheetah Girls, I wouldn't say so much the Cheetah Girls. But if you look at all these girls here, what do they all have in common? When they left Disney, they went crazy. Just saying. It's a pattern.
They had a very calculated and efficient approach to hiring talent, casting them for a show, then releasing soundtracks and original music under their label Hollywood Records. making millions in the TV game and the music industry. Lizzie and the Cheetah Girls were kind of like trial runs. They were successful, but nothing like Hannah Montana would become. The show premiered to millions of viewers every week. The very first Hannah Montana album released in 2006 and would go 3 times platinum. And I don't believe Miley received any payment for this.
They got on Hillary for being too sexual at one point, Ezra. And besides that, Frau.
Album, and if so, very minor. The certification isn't even credited to her. It says various artists. It was also released under Walt Disney Records, which is basically their label for soundtracks, compilations, and remix albums, whereas Hollywood Records is their label for real albums, not just TV or movie related albums. On top of that, merch was definitely flying off the shelves. T-shirts, dolls, phones, pencils, purses, posters, keychains. They were selling everything. Most of that was Hannah Montana stuff, which is the character that Disney did rightfully own and create, so it would make sense if Miley wasn't being paid royalties. However, in 2007, during season 2, things got a little interesting. June 2007, Hannah Montana 2 album released, but it also had a second disc called Meet Miley Cyrus. This album went #1 on the Billboard Hot 200 and will go on to sell 3 million copies, which was accompanied with a 70-show tour. Almost 3.5 months straight of shows. All of these were 10 to 15,000 person stadiums selling out within minutes. The tour grossed $70 million. She would perform half as Hannah Montana and half as Miley. While she was definitely getting a performance fee, which I would say was anywhere from 10 to 30,000 per show, which would end up being around.
I would say Britney was a different situation, Dark Magician. Britney was a different situation. Honestly. Because when she became mainstream and out of Disney, she was still that good girl act, and they were acting like she was still a virgin when she was, I believe, she was living with Justin Timberlake at like 16. Okay, we're not gonna start that, Frau. Let's not start that. We're not gonna start that in here. Amber chick. Ha.
$1 to $1.5 million for the tour. Sounds like great money, but her name is on the tour. She most definitely could have owned a percentage of the whole thing with the right negotiations, making at least 10 to 20 million, but she did not own her name. People called her Miley Cyrus, but technically that was a stage name. January 2008 was the end of the Best of Both Worlds tour, and aside from the Hannah Montana movie, this was actually the last time she would ever perform as the Hannah Montana character. The beginning of 2008 was when Destiny Hope was legally changed to Miley Cyrus. My guess is that these smart people that Tish hired were advising her to legally change her name as a contractual loophole. Now you can't just...
Okay, so if we're gonna have personal beefs in the chat, take that shit to Twitter where everybody fights. We're not gonna do it in here. Alright, I'm letting y'all know now. We are not going to do it in here. This is not the place. Please don't make me have to start reading my rules out in the chat again, because I did that shit for a year and I got tired of doing it. Just to let y'all know. I don't want to read the rules. Alright, so if you got any personal beefs with anybody, or you feel like fighting somebody, take it to Twitter, where fights happen. That's where you go to let out all your aggression. Ask Amber Chick, she knows.
Just get out of a contract by changing your name. If that was the case, everyone who had a mortgage in America would be changing their names and poof, no more house.
Yeah, amen.
However, Miley has been working like a dog at this point for almost 2 years, selling out stadiums all over the world. Truthfully, this should be enough money to set her up for life, but I don't think they had it. So changing her name might allow her...
Yes, and her cover of Jolene is so good. Her cover of Jolene is so good. She did an amazing job on that. All right, let's go back a little bit so we can hear what he said. All right, let's go. All right, right here.
Smart people that Tish hired were advising her to legally change her name as a contractual loophole. Now, you can't just get out of a contract by changing your name. If that was the case, everyone who had a mortgage in America would be changing their names and poof, no more house debt. However, Miley has been working like a dog at this point for almost 2 years, selling out stadiums all over the world. Truthfully, this should be enough money to set her up for life, but I don't think they had it. So changing her name might allow her to sign new contracts and renegotiate better terms. For example, in 1993, Prince legally changed his name.
R.I.P., R.I.P., my favorite artist of all time, R.I.P. Oh, God, it breaks my heart to see him. Sorry, it's a moment.
From Prince, which was his birth name, to an unpronounceable symbol. Why? Warner Bros. Took the name, trademarked it, and used it as the main marketing tool to promote all of the music I wrote. Doesn't that kind of sound like what Disney was doing with the name Miley Cyrus? Now I'm summarizing this a lot, but basically everything that Prince records and creates is technically owned by Warner Bros. While under the contract. So by changing his name to the symbol, he can record new material all in his home by himself, and Warner doesn't own it since it wasn't made by Prince, It was made by the symbol. So maybe Destiny Hope signed some sort of contract with Walt Disney Records while recording and releasing the Hannah Montana albums, but when she legally changed her name to Miley Cyrus, maybe that allowed her to sign a new contract with Hollywood Records and release her new album Breakout under the stage name Miley Cyrus. But it wasn't just all business. Miley started resenting the character a lot. Really, Hannah Montana was not a character. That wasn't what the show is about. It was about a normal girl with a wig on. Everything was always in me. The concept of the show. It's me. Hannah was just Miley with a wig on. Take off the wig and you have the exact same person. Her identity as an artist and a person was being thwarted by a fucking wig. She wanted to break away from Hannah Montana. Breakout, released July of 2008, was successful. It went platinum in just a few months. Just before the album, she got into some controversy for this topless photo shoot with...
See, and this is where she's starting to, air quote, go crazy. Air quote.
Vanity Fair. Miley and her family felt like it was just artistic, but she was pressured to apologize for the provocative photo. Also around this time, photos leaked of her and her boyfriend at the time kissing and cuddling. Disney was not happy. All of their stars kept a squeaky clean image, so Miley
angry
was
Mickey
towing the
Mouse.
line. She spent almost all of 2008 filming the 30-episode season 3 of Hannah Montana and working on new music. In 2009, she released Party in the USA, which would eventually go on to sell 10 million records. This is still her biggest song of all time. She performed the single at the Teen Choice Awards, which stirred up controversy for her pole dance, which was pretty mild. Still, Disney was getting more and more fed up with her. Now the 16 turning 17-year-old was about to embark on the Wonder World Tour, where she didn't perform as Hannah Montana at all. The tour was 56 shows long. The smallest venue was 10,000 people. The biggest was 20,000 people. The O2 Arena in London, which she sold out 5 nights in 1 month. Which kind of made me take...
I couldn't imagine performing live in front of all those people. I'm just saying. I couldn't imagine performing live in front of all those people.
Take a step
What's
back
up,
and realize
Irish?
just how massive she was at age 16 and 17. She sold over 800,000 tickets on this tour, and the tour grossed $66 million, so it's pretty safe to say that Miley Cyrus could stand on her own without Hannah Montana.
Yep.
I'm also assuming that she made way more money on the Miley tour due to the legal name change. Think about it. She did 70 shows on the Hannah Montana Best of Both Worlds tour. That grossed $70 million. And she did another 56 shows as Miley after filming a whole new season of the show. That's an insane amount of work and pressure for a teenager. Maybe the Miley tour they had some ownership in and stood to make a lot more money. Maybe they were trying to gain leverage and show how Miley didn't need to be Hannah Montana anymore. Because as much as we don't want to accept it, she didn't want to be this character anymore.
I don't blame her. I don't blame her. She was the least paid out of all of them. And it got to a point she couldn't even go down the street as herself. And they're like, where's Hannah Montana or whatever the one with the wig is on, right? And she's like, that's me. And they're like, no, it's not. I don't blame her. I don't blame her for wanting to get away from it. Plus, they were working her to the bone. I don't blame her. I would want to get the hell away too. Yeah, Lisa, not holding onto a pole while barely moving your body, that must mean she was stripping during the performance. Yeah, exactly. Like, come on now. That's ridiculous.
Maybe her parents just said, hey, let's just do this one tour and we could be done for a while. The 2010 release of Hannah Montana Season 4 got pushed back. They said she was busy touring, but we all know she was full-blown fed up with this character she had been playing since she was 12. In the middle of 2010, she released her album Can't Be Tamed with Hollywood Records. which the album name alone speaks for itself.
Hell yeah,
the
it
music video
does.
for the single stirred up controversy again, as she was underage acting scandalous, which is mild by today's standards. At this point, she is publicly admitting she is done with the character and wants to move on, even though Hannah Montana Season 4 is still not even released yet.
So that's not, completely over for my fans, but I'm kind of moving on to new things.
But Can't Be Tamed was a commercial failure compared to everything she had done before. The record still isn't gold, and the critical reception was poor. She didn't even do a North American tour for this album. My guess is at this point, Hollywood Records may have told her, see, you do need Hannah Montana. Maybe her going out publicly saying that she was ready to move on was making her fans resent her, but she wasn't able to get new fans because they still looked at her as the Disney girl. She was stuck in the middle. A couple weeks after
And that is true in anything that you do. All right, hold on, let me back up so we can get to this break. All right, that is true in anything you do. I tell you the truth, I'm kind of dealing with that now, sort of, on my channel. You change up what you're doing. The old people who used to like what you're doing is not going to like what you're currently doing, so they're leaving, and then you have to replace them with other people to watch you, and sometimes you get in a slump. That's just what happens. I was stuck at, like, right at 3 or maybe 3.2 for, like, 2 or 3 months. But I changed up how I did things on my channel. It happens. So, you got the kids who grew up watching her, and now she's not going to be Hannah Montana anymore, and now what's this grown shit that she's doing? That's not what we like, and it's just, yeah, she had to go through that stage. She needed to get a different set of eyes watching her, a different audience. So she has to go through that slump first.
to get new fans because they still looked at her as the Disney girl.
Right.
She was stuck in the middle. A couple weeks after she turned 18, a video of her leaked while smoking salvia.
I remember that.
Disney was livid about that.
Oh my God,
Miley
I remember
smoked
that. I remember when she got caught smoking the weed. You thought that the devil came down and put that weed to her mouth? Oh my God. Oh my God. People were having a fit when she got caught smoking that weed. Little they know she grew up doing that. She grew up around it. Her parents were ahead of their time.
As a teenager, even during her time on the show. But she obviously hid this. She even had a massive clothing brand deal with Walmart in the works. Once the news came out about the bong, they cut all ties
Smoking
with
the
her.
weed.
Her live performance were starting to become provocative, which again by today's standards are actually very mild. She started admitting the realities of being a child star.
You know, there's times that you hear what you should be so much that you lose like what you actually are.
Miley had been...
How sad is that? How sad is that statement that she just made? Seriously. How sad is that statement that she just made?
Are actually very mild. She started admitting the realities of being a child star.
You know, there's times that you hear what you should be so much that you lose like what you actually are.
Miley...
That's sad. We don't talk about bongs either. Okay, Skip. Yes, Cheese, I know, but everybody spread it around that, oh my God, Miley Cyrus got caught smoking weed. That's what happened back in the day. Believe me, I was full ass grown when Hannah Montana come out, so I remember specifically when she got caught smoking weed and everybody was having a damn fit. Every damn adult on the earth seemed like to be having a damn fit over that girl. I was having a fit when she was twerking what her mama didn't give her on the stage. Oh no, it's coming, Tia! It's coming!
Miley had been media trained to answer questions in a specific way, to think a certain way so she could be more marketable and relatable. Every time she had a thought, she thought about Disney and how they would feel about her response.
Do you ever swear?
No.
You stub your toe. What do you say?
I don't know. Ow.
Disney owned her mind, her thoughts, for years. 2011 was the first year she didn't work at Disney. It was her first real break, but with reruns and the show being so massive, it never really escapes you. Everywhere she goes, that's what people want to talk about. That's still what she is known for. She cuts her hair. A simple haircut and people all jump the gun.
Yes!
She's going crazy. She's just like every other child star. She broke up with her fiance Liam.
And I am going to say this now, okay? I do not blame her for what she did now knowing and I called it too. I called it. When she cut her hair and then she started wearing the crazy outfits and doing like stuff like, Miley, this is kind of weird. This is kind of off. But now I understand why she did it. Now I understand why she did it. And I don't blame her. Get the fuck away from Disney. I get it.
Hemsworth. She dropped the We Can't Stop music video where she was twerking and being risque. The media was in a frenzy.
Yep.
In the 2013 VMAs performance.
Here you go, Tia. This is your part, Tia. This is the part you love, Tia. This is what you've been waiting for, Tia. This is your part.
Miley wanted to make history, and that's exactly what she did. Going into it, most people thought, oh, Miley Cyrus, the Disney girl. When she came out, they were shocked. The twerking on Robin
She's not the Disney girl anymore!
Thicke would be the viral moment that caused most of the outrage. This is so embarrassing. Little did they know, Miley was calculated on this the whole time.
Yep.
She wasn't going crazy. She wasn't trying to put on an artistic display of emotion. She was trying to fuck shit up and get everyone in the world talking about her music, and that's exactly what happened. Every single celebrity chimed in, calling her a stripper, hooker, trashy. So she...
Look at that. Kelly Clarkson. Just a couple performances from the VMAs last night. 2 words. Pitchy strippers. You know what that is? That was a cheerleading squad for hookers. Haley Williams says, it seems like more people are focusing on the trashiness or the dancing, the clothes, but I actually am uncomfortable with the racial aspect of it. I feel like she's sort of taking a culture that isn't really hers and sort of using it as an accessory, and actually bothers me more. I feel like maybe someone needs to go to her and sort of explain the race issue.
She went the artistic route and dropped the Wrecking Ball music video. And of course, people didn't look at that as artistic.
Okay, I'm going to be honest about the Wrecking Ball song, alright? Cab, thank you for the 10. I appreciate it. Ha! Skip, Kelly who? Alright, I have to admit this about the Wrecking Ball song, alright? Now, don't go telling anybody. It's just between me and you 89 people, okay? Don't be going telling anybody, okay? This is a secret. Every time that Wrecking Ball song plays, I cry. I cry every time that song plays. Because in that song, you can feel like the emotion coming from her voice in that song. And I cry every time I hear that song. I do. I cry my ass off when I hear that song. I do. I can't help it. I can't help it. Because I don't know, the words and what she's saying and how she's singing it is just, it hits me.
They thought, wow, she's really doing whatever she can for attention. Then again at the EMAs where she lit a joint on stage, collaborating with Juicy J and Mike Will Made It, and a ton of other rappers.
I didn't like
no matter
that song,
what
I
she
have to
did,
admit.
people pinpointed her as the Disney star gone trashy and try hard. But if you watch any interview or listen to her talk at this point, it was all highly calculated, self-aware, and conscious.
I'm changing and learning so much. I think especially now that I feel like I found more of my independence. I don't think I was ever really happy with who I was.
Sure, she liked to party and go wild, but understood the media game was just try to keep them talking, while she keeps collecting the money. Because her album went 3 times platinum, We Can't Stop 5 times platinum. The Wrecking Ball video has 1.5 billion views and went 7 times platinum, and here we are talking about all of this almost 10 years later. Her parents didn't want her to go wild. Disney didn't want her to go wild. And because of it, Disney did everything they could to disassociate with her.
That's why she did it. That's why she did it. She did it to get away from Disney. Because he explains here, she went back real quick. Once she got fully fledged away from Disney, she went back to being how she feels comfortable. She did that to get away from Disney. I don't blame her, because they had such a clutch on her. They had such a clutch on her. She had to go. Yeah, it is an emotional song, Tia. They had such a clutch on her. She had to go to the extreme to put her middle finger up and say, fuck you and Hannah Montana. I'm not doing it anymore. Look, how about this? Market this. And then look what she showed them. I don't blame her. I don't blame her. She got away from him that way.
Did she do it for business reasons? Or did she do it to escape the child star stigma? Because her wild phase calmed down immensely after 2013. She went back to normal pretty quickly, making country songs and pop songs that didn't rely on her being naked to sell. And if she didn't have her wild phase, we would still be thinking of her as the girl who couldn't survive without the help of the Disney conglomeration.
You did pause, right? Okay. And there you go. That was the video. He's really good. I like his videos. I would definitely recommend watching him. He's really good. Disney is very dark. It is. It is. And you learn more about, like, by watching his videos, some other videos I ran into. It's like, if I had a child, would I want them to work for Disney? Because it's almost like they totally give up their freedom. Like, I understand child actors, they, you know, obviously they do more than a normal kid, you know, like as in hours of work or whatever. But it's almost like when they're going with Disney, it's like they give up their life for Disney and for fame. It's sad. And it's sad to see how many of them, I think Miley is the most extreme to do what she had to do to get away from Disney. But a whole other, like they did that, oh, what was it? Well, Selena Gomez and a bunch of them were in that one movie about these girls that were in either Florida or California and they hooked up with this drug dealer or whatever. Oh, Disney got pissed off by that movie. You had a bunch of them that went through a wild stage. Miley was probably the most extreme, but I think she was the most successful. So she had to go extreme. But it's just crazy what they have to do to get away from Disney. He is a good narrator, Skip. I enjoy his voice. Like, I was sitting there, I was playing ESO, going through, like, treasure maps and stuff like that. And, I was just listening to him, and he's got a really nice voice. I like listening to him. It's very, very nice to listen to. I don't remember who was in that video, that movie, Advent. I don't know who Franco is. I know that one dude that wears the grill and the braids. And he's like a not mainstream rapper. Can't remember his name. Spring Breakers was the name of the movie. There we go. So, yeah. But I remember Disney was pissed off about that movie happening. They exchanged their creative freedom for it at a time when they're not mature enough to understand the impact. Yes. Skip always has a way to take what I'm saying and just make it sound better. She truly does. God bless her. She doesn't understand how she helps. Yeah, Ali A or whatever. Yeah, something like that. But they've all had to do something extreme. No, it wasn't Flava Flav, Irish. She didn't let them destroy her. The other girls didn't have a second personality to capitalize on. Miley did what she had to do to survive. Well, you know, I honestly believe her parents really helped her out on that. Honestly. I think her parents figured out, like, after the season 1, they figured out, whoa, wait a minute, something's not right here. Like, why is Miley the star of the show, and yet she's the least paid? That makes no damn sense. The whole show is surrounded by her playing a character and she is the least paid. Her own father, who was a side character, was making more than her. You know? Skip is my anger translator. Skip knows by a simple tweet whether I'm angry or not. Just by 3 letters. 3 letters, Skip will know if I'm angry or not. And everybody else thinks I'm okay. But Skip will know I'm angry just by 3 letters. She is my anger translator. Listen, Skip is so good at translating me. I can just put in one word in the DM and she'll get on me about the tone of that one word. And I'm like, I just typed a word. How is there a tone to it? It's like she pulled Disney Star breakdown without having to do the breakdown. Yeah, exactly, Scarlett. And I think that's what that whole stage was. Like the in-between stage of what she is now and what she was with Disney, I think it was to get away from Disney. And I think people are like, look, this is what you're going to have to do because Disney will always have a hold on you if you don't. And I think that's why she did it. I mean, poor thing, she didn't have an ass to twerk. She really didn't. She doesn't have a booty. But damn if she ain't got a good singing voice, and I love that raspy voice of hers. Skip, because I can hear that shit. Are you going to watch another video too now, Xylie? No. I have an hour before that happens. But, I'm going to be hanging out with somebody in ESO. I haven't played with them in 4 or 5 years. I love Miley now. I mean, I've always liked Miley. I mean, when she was going through that stage, I was like, I would look sideways and go, girl, what are you doing? Ma'am, what are you doing? And then it hit me. This is such an extreme change. I bet you she's trying to break away from Disney on this. I bet you she's trying to break away from Disney. It made sense because it was such an extreme change that it had to be on purpose. It had to be on purpose. Yes, platonic gamer date. Yeah, Jacob, I'm gonna be honest, I don't care. Back in the day, they called it, because she was smoking it out of a bong, they automatically said weed. Like, people were looking at it and adults were having fits because, oh my God, she's smoking weed! So, I know that. Well, I'm not going to be doing a bunch of Disney and Nickelodeon. I really like Miley Cyrus, and I don't know, the video was really interesting to me. And yes, not everybody can... Look, I'll put it this way. Miley Cyrus rocks a mullet a hell of a lot better than her daddy did. Like I said, I almost have PTSD from the achy, breaky heart era. I'm just saying. That was a rough time in American history, especially if you lived in the South. It is something that we do not speak of now. Okay? It is something that we do not speak of now. It was a rough time. One that I will never forget. Jacob, I can call it whatever the hell I want. I can call it devil's lettuce. I can call it weed. I can call it whatever it really was, salvia. I can call it whatever the hell I want. Why? Because it's my channel and it's my words coming out of my mouth. I can call it whatever I want. Because guess what? What I'm trying to tell you is that's what they were saying in newspapers and magazines and stuff like that and on TV and everything. They even said it was marijuana. They didn't care. She was smoking out of a bong. It was a teenager smoking out of a bong. So please don't tell me what to say and what not to say on my channel. I truly appreciate it because that's not how we roll here. Hi, I'm Xylie motherfucking Gets Real. Just saying. Eddie Guerrero did have an amazing mullet. Stan, you are correct. He could rock a mullet. He really could. He really could. So. Any other questions and concerns except for the fact of me calling it weed before we get out of here? And Skip wants to chime in saying, you see what I have to put up with? I'm the nice one, okay? Since I'm on my soapbox now, because I done got put on my soapbox, I'm the nice one, okay? It just so happens my volume is louder. But that don't take my volume being loud as being mean. I'm the nice one, okay? I'm worried about this bitch because she's being nice, because something's up. Skip's like, bro. Skip, you're nice to everybody but me. I'm just kidding. Skip is not the nicest. Don't let her lie to y'all. Don't let her lie to y'all. Skip is not nice. Alright, I'm going to get out of here because the shit's getting deep and I don't have any waiters on because Skip's over here trying to say she's nice. We don't do that. This is called Xylie Gets Real, man. We talk about real shit. Jacob, I swear to God, you got one more time. Okay? I already explained to you why I called it what I called it. You're not going to tell me what to say on my channel. You've got the wrong one. I'm telling you, you got the wrong one. And if you don't like what I say, you can unsubscribe. It's okay. It's not going to break my heart. My achy, breaky heart. I just don't think they understand. Just saying. Y'all have a good night. And remember, no matter if people are trying to tell you what to say or not, always keep that shit real. Bye!
Cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains. I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things. Gonna make a fucking name. I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame. No, I'm not that vain. I just wanna be greatness. 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 Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent. And it's only 1%. I'm gonna take shots. If I miss all, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. That energy is like a poison, needs some antiseptic.